I'm Peter Michaels. We are ready to go with another Friday CRAFTernoons, and very happy to welcome Kevin from Something Brewing. You guys brew at Drummond here in town.
Yeah, we do.
Pretty much the original craft brewer in Red Deer.
I guess you could say that.
There's a lot of history there for sure.
Yeah. It's been about 10 years now.
And I remember, this has always stuck with me, but I remember talking to you a few years ago and you really talking about how beer does need to be made fresh and made local. Like, we've got bakeries that are baking fresh bread. Beer should be no different. You should be able to go get it fresh and local, and that's exactly what you guys are doing.
Yeah, well, we pretty much are doing it. I mean, we've been doing it for a while. We've got a lot. You're seeing a lot of breweries open up now because that's what people want. They want to have unique, different, fresh, right? It makes sense.
And you've got a couple Something Brewing beers to sample. We're going to start off with a little bit of a darker beer. Tell us a little bit about the Dark Side Schwartz beer.
Yeah, so it's a Schwartz beer. Schwartz means black in German, so it's a black German lager. Essentially, it'll taste kind of like a stout, like a Guinness. It'll have a little bit more flavor, but it's going to finish smooth and refreshing like a lager, so the bitterness won't linger around. It's a style that originated in Eastern Czech Republic and in Germany, and it's very popular in around Munich.
And which is, the word refreshing probably doesn't necessarily always come to mind with darker beers, right? They're darker beers sometimes a little bit eat like a meal.
Yeah, you could say. Well, you could say it eats like a meal a little bit, but they're generally quite like bitter and astringent. So the bitterness kind of lingers around a lot, like on a stout.
All right, let's. So what kind of flavors are we talking about? We got chocolate, coffee, kind of things going on.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of chocolate. Slight coffee would be the predominant flavor. Maybe kind of a little bit of like having like a cigar in your mouth, a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's much lighter than you would expect from a darker beer.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna finish smooth and refreshing.
Very smooth, and got that coffee. There is that hint of chocolate in there for sure as well.
Tiny bit, a little bit of chewiness, a little bit of creaminess maybe in there too.
And obviously, we've got a little bit of a Star Wars theme going with this one as well, which is pretty cool. Dark Side.
Yeah, you could say maybe it looks a little bit like Star Wars.
A little tiny bit, just a little bit. Okay, so on the opposite end of the spectrum, we've got so you guys have 4 cores. We've got the Dark Side Schwartz, and we're also going to try out the Hop Bomb IPA, which pretty much the IPA is you have to have an IPA, right? Mm-hmm. We'll drink this one. We can drink this one out of the can once he gets it prepared.
You know what? IPAs are becoming like a very popular style. It's a historical style that basically originated in Great Britain, and they would basically hop the barrels, and they would ship it over to India for the troops. So the hops actually act as a natural preservative to help the beer stay longer, but also gives it flavor that's unique. Yeah.
And when you're doing an IPA, as you mentioned, that's becoming very popular, has been very popular. How do you distinctively make your IPA a little bit different so that not everybody's doing the same style of IPA?
Well, you know what? There's lots of different ways of brewing it. Like, for example, we use what we call the hop bomb. So we basically load the hops into this large vessel, and we circulate the beer after fermentation to extract all the hop aroma and all the hop oils. That's our way of getting it in. Some guys do different ways. Some brewers use hop oils. Some brewers use hop backs. Some brewers have dry hop original style. Some brewers throw pellets in the tank. There's lots of different ways, and each hop crop is a little bit different. Each area that it's grown is a little bit different and imparts different, characteristics.
All right, well, let's crack into the Hop Bomb. Now, if somebody doesn't like a hoppier beer, is Hop Bomb going to, like, the name scare them off a little bit, or how bitter are we looking at for this beer?
Well, bitterness isn't actually what we're going for on this. Like, the IBUs are 65, but as for IPAs, everybody thinks, this is 100 IBUs. Well, after 80, you can't tell. Your tongue can't tell if it's more bitter. So this comes in at 65, but essentially it's more about the hop aroma, like I was talking about, and the hop oils. So with this, we're looking to extract hop oils. So it's got a lot of hop flavor versus hop bitterness. However, we put Hop Bomb on it because if you don't like bitterness, stay away.
Right.
That's kind of where we're saying.
All right, well, let's put it to the test. Cheers. Yep. Does that hint of citrus?
Well, no. I mean, and it's a West Coast style IPA.
Right.
So there's lots of different styles of IPA. So a West Coast style should be really quite hop forward, lots of hop aroma, and lots of hop flavor.
Yeah.
But it should finish smooth and refreshing. So the bitterness shouldn't linger around. It should clean up, and you want to be able to have another sip and drink at least a 4-pack potentially.
Have another sip,
Yeah,
he says.
maybe,
Okay,
right?
sure. I don't mind that at all.